What's up, everyone? It is that time where we're going to go over some wrestling, but I don't do it alone. We got Mr. Ladarius, who just went to the dark side again.
Da, 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 da.
Are you there, my friend?
Yes, I am here. I'm just
Okay.
combing my hair, making sure I
All right.
do. You have some kind of standards for this show, if anything. So
I just finished working out, so my standard went out the window because I was like, oh, shoot, I need to hurry up because if I don't work out, I'm going to end up working out and I'm going to have to do the show while I'm working out. That doesn't work. So,
you're killing two birds with one stone. I don't see the problem.
No. You're probably right, but the problem is it's just getting the setup over to the treadmill, and it just wouldn't look right. I mean, really wouldn't, and we just don't want to do that to people. So, but now for real, we're getting reviews. What was it? What was probably? I'm going to say this: SmackDown was fun. Raw was kind of a chore, except for certain parts. But can someone please try to explain to me why people think NXT is not fun to watch? Because my Lord, after last night's show, I was more entertained by NXT than I was the past few shows I've seen. So this homecoming show is going to be a blast. I can't wait for it. We got at the end of it, we got Fatal Influence, JC talking smack to her team. And we saw 3 big SUVs. Now, look, I told them they didn't need to have all those SUVs, but, we all decided each person gets one. I will not tell you which one I was in for safety reasons. But I will say I'm on the right team. Rhea, Stephanie, Tiffany, and by the way, all 3 pops were amazing. So I'm loving this homecoming idea. I'm loving we got Trick and Mello together against DIY. For God's sakes, we even got Tyler Breeze showing up. So what did you think about NXT? We're going to just hit NXT first, and we'll talk about everything else.
Yeah, we're gonna hit it right from behind and make sure things stays in front.
Wait a minute, is Dark State here?
Yeah. Well, that's where I learned. That's why I wrote the rehearsal for.
By the way, I like the whole.
Right,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I really enjoyed the promo by Dark State, revealing more of their past. That was really something that that really was fun to watch. So I just let's see, hit for all right. Here, just listening, trying to get through this Wednesday, this Wrestling Wednesday. Thank you, Christy. And then hit from where, Ladarius?
You know what I said. You know what I said, Christy. And
do I need to sound like that one guy and say, man, why you got to say stuff like that?
Light it up,
light it up.
So I heard Christy's question, and I felt like I answered it. Listen, you got to come from behind sometimes, and then sometimes you try to take it from the front. People don't like that. People don't like the contact. It's a complicated situation. Back to wrestling, or I think it still is wrestling.
Yeah, it's still wrestling because we're talking about Dark State. So yeah, and they were the what was it? Not the first match, but what was it? Because that was the Dark State match. Yeah, that was this week where they went against where we had Joe Henry coming through the wall like the Kool-Aid Man, which, by the way, I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Look, they are finally doing Joe Henry right. You say his name, bam, there you go. Way back like the Falcons defense. Damn, yeah.
Christy. We got to get, at some point, we got to get, whenever Christy's free, she definitely got to come on the show at some point.
We're gonna if we have to rearrange our Friday show, I would love to have Christy on. Christy, you're gonna have to hit me up because I need to know your schedule because we really want to have you on. And if we have to adjust our
yeah,
Friday
yeah. Oh, okay, you're the owner. I forgot.
well, no, I don't know if you got her info. If you have her info, then yeah,
No,
hit up
I'm
Jerry's.
oh my
But
god,
if you have mine, hit me
oh,
up. Yeah, this isn't one of those. I'm just saying.
you told me
We're
not
all
to show
ready
my
to a
face today.
rip-roaring, exciting beginning here.
I'm having a good time.
Good. All right, so look, I'm excited about this homecoming. I really am. But let's talk about NXT. I thought the show was actually fun. I think that they didn't really have a lot of time to kind of promote this, but I think they did a very solid job in getting people that fans enjoy and they can really get excited. They're going to Full Sail also. So we all know what that means to a lot of these guys. So I'll let you go. What did you think about last night's episode of NXT?
It was great, and let me get close to the mic. It was great because I think, like I said, we got to start taking NXT as a serious, legit third brand. Because, given to your point, given the build, a lot of these matches you sensed it, but especially no one saw the ending coming. That was the takeaway.
Yeah,
and like I said, it's great to see DIY back. Cause listen, when you think of the black and gold old school NXT, you think of Ciampa, you think of Johnny Gargano, in that ring, yeah. In that ring, we're 4 of the greatest NXT champions in the brand's history in one ring. And you throw in the fact of you throw in the Johnny Gargano, you throw in probably 2 of the greatest North American champions of in company history. It was good for nostalgia, the old school, the new school mix. And look, and listen, the thing with Fatal Influence, I think was fantastic because it felt like, oh man, they're on the precipice of breaking up, and then you see Stephanie Vaquer, then you see Tiffany Stratton, then you see you're like we're talking that's that's the equivalent of having Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, and Kyle Schwarber in your lineup. That those some heavy hitters, and it's so good. And to your point, the fact that it's going to be at Full Sail, which I graduated from, by the way, but fine. You see, he didn't care. But anyway, the point is,
I just acknowledged you. I said,
he didn't care. He didn't care. He didn't send me a cake or anything. But anyway, back to this.
To be fair, I wasn't there when you graduated, but I'll celebrate it next time. I promise.
To be fair, you still could have brought some cake. Now,
you know what? I will make sure and bring you some cake.
So we'll be right back. No, but then to put a button on it, the fact that it's going to be at Full Sail, it means a lot. The training center, it means a lot to a lot of those on the card competing because like I said, it's one of those things I always have in life. We never know where we're going in life, but it's always important to know where you came from. And I think that's the theme. It means something to those men and women, to those superstars, to have it there at NXT, to have it there at Full Sail. To everybody on this card, more or less, give or take, they started out there at the training center Full Sail. They started out there. A lot of them came right through NXT to get, whether on the main roster or still staples at NXT today. And I like the way that it was built, and and I'll say this, even having the Grayson Waller effect back on NXT, to me, it hits better there than it had. Because notice they haven't really done it on the main roster in a minute, and there's a reason for that. Because I think that just some things are very niche, or for those who want to say niche or niche, and it feels like it's very niche for NXT, for that crowd.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm excited about when I see Ricky Starks and I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to comment. I didn't mind it as much on SmackDown because you kind of needed something. Because if you watch SmackDown, we've talked about how SmackDown kind of felt lost at times. And I thought the Waller effect was perfect, but then when he goes to Raw, you don't really need it, like you just said. And yeah, NXT is perfect for it. I mean, he made it really good with it.
So yeah, so just like to put a button on it, I'm very excited for this card, and the way it's stacked, and like I say, you can make a legit case like this is a third brand. Like it used to be like a developmental. This is a legit third brand, and that NXT Homecoming, I'm just excited for it. I'm very excited.
All right, so we got like 5 things that's going to break down here at Homecoming. I went ahead and pulled up the card. Ethan Page versus Tyler Breeze for the NXT North American Championship. Obviously, or the Waller effect we talked about with special guests Oba Femi and Ricky Stark. If you watch that 8-man tag, that crap was hilarious where Ricky walked the ropes like Oba, and then Oba did the Ricky pose. I loved it. And then we'll talk about the triple threat elimination tag. I thought that match was real fun. I really did. I thought that was a fun match to watch. And by the way, got super creative on how to eliminate a team. We'll talk about that. But I totally enjoyed it. But yeah, the Charlotte and Alexa, 2 former NXT women, versus Paxley and Izzy Dane. And that's for the Women Tag Championship. We got DIY versus Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. That's going to be good. We got the 6-woman tag. And look, Fatal Influence, you can like them, you can hate them, whatever. But they've been holding it down on NXT, I believe. And their story is really good. I think, it's going to get a little bit interesting past No Mercy. I want to see what happens. Because there's a couple of things I'm thinking can happen, and we just need to see that next step. But I'm here for it. I cannot wait to see Stephanie McCurr, Tiffany Stratton, and yes, my mommy, Rhea Ripley. Oh, my Lord Jesus. Look, C-Double will probably not make it back to the show Wednesday. I may get a little caught up inside some limos. That's all I can say.
Wait, what? Hey, Christy, call him out for that. You called me out for what is that about? Get caught up in some limos. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just saying. Look. You got yours. I got mine.
Whoa. And hey, pal. This ain't Cheech and Chong, pal. This is just you, Cheech. Don't put Chong involved in this.
All right. Whoa. You got yours, bro. I let you have what you
Tango.
have. I
I
don't look at your plate and go, give me that thigh meat. Nah, I don't do that.
Excuse me? What? Fur, you get your hands off my thigh and breast meal immediately. How do you know my meal I order from Publix? Yeah, now I'm concerned.
Look, us men like a rotisserie chicken. And when we get our rotisserie chicken, we going for the breast or the thighs. That's not even a question to be talking about.
The comments made by C-Double is not a reflection of the CLR crew who talks wrestling. And, when it comes to the thigh meat, listen, if you can double that thigh meat, I'm not going to be upset. Oh, we're out of breast meat. That's okay. Just double up on that thigh meat. That's fine.
Yeah, give me some of the thigh. And yes, the breast. I mean, look, if you go to like Sam's Club and get their rotisserie chicken, their breasts are big and juicy and plump. They will not let you feel bad. You will enjoy that shit.
Now who sounds like the guy from Dark State?
To be fair, I'm talking about breasts, not butts.
Hey, you just doing the opposite of what he's doing. I don't see the difference. We're just talking about two different parts of the anatomy.
You know what? I do it for The Rock.
You see Rikishi? You know what, Christy? Oh, you see, Christy. See, look, Christy says, "Listen, no need for one thigh." Christy,
thank you. You get two thighs. You can't just eat one. No.
Yeah. Listen. That's sometimes you get trapped in eating them two thighs, but hey, you'll come out full, and you'll be okay.
And
no need for third.
You might get some juices on you, but it's okay. You got a napkin.
Hey,
you can clean it, but the food is good.
Listen, who says you need a napkin? You can just go, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Some people might be like, "Hey, be a little, be a little bit, proper." Me personally, I'm diving in and I'm going head first, deep down. That's me.
Listen,
I'm kind of like
listen, listen, that's the play that always works. Just dive in and figure out the rest later.
Exactly. And look, if they gotta sit on if I gotta sit on a chair, then dang it, I'll be a chair. I don't mind. But anyway,
listen. The comments of C Double is not the reflection of me, the co-host of this. So let's put that disclaimer out there.
Call me IKEA after that match. I will go to Valhalla. Anyway,
why is he so happy? I know why. I know
that cherry flavored Blue Chew. That's why.
Sometimes when you need to go all okay, sorry, that's later in the show.
When you have to go all
when you need the stamina to go all show
long.
Blue Chew now in cherry flavor.
Ooh, and it's
good. Yeah, and it's tooth eye approved. So back to
and this is where Ron would be like, "Lord Jesus, oh man!"
I think Ron would have left. I think Ron left the show. I think he's gone.
Ron did the F this stuff I'm out. F this stuff I'm out.
Ron Thomas will no longer be on the.
I told him, I was like, "We're gonna do a wrestling show. You want it?" He goes, "Yeah, I might sip this out." I go, "Oh, okay."
I'll just watch. He's gonna be sitting in the corner and just watch.
I told him, I was like, "Well, just know that on the 27th, there's going to be a show on the cock." He goes, "Don't do it."
Homecoming on the cock.
We're all coming home on the cock.
I'm coming home on the cock. In a place where I belong on the cock. No.
With arms right open on the cock. Oh, Lord. Let's talk about. Let's talk about Briggs and Javon Evans, because I don't know exactly what they're doing with Evans, but I love it. And Josh Briggs, I'm hoping, is finally getting the play that he kind of does. He puts on good matches. I don't think he's a bad wrestler whatsoever. But what was your thoughts on the match and Josh Briggs? And then let's talk about Javon Evans, because, man, this kid is, I truly believe if he goes up to the main roster, he'll be special.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah. I didn't know you were having some thigh meat or something, so I wanted to give you some time.
Listen, if it was thigh meat, I want to come back on this show. Like, I'm done.
Hey, I understand. That's why you got to tell me in the comment section.
Yeah. Listen, America, I need now in Chile.
We're going to do a backstory on Ladarius. When he felt lost, he had to go to the place he loved more, Sam's Club, for his rotisserie chicken.
Them thighs don't lie.
We're going to talk about. We're going to have to talk about that Lola Vice. That Lola Vice backstory. I was cracking up watching that.
Listen, I could use the part 6. Like, listen, there's a lot of. This is where my headphones are. What is Christy listening to over there? Hey, Christy, what you got on there? On that there?
What? Hey, look, it's Ebony and Ivory. What are they talking about? You don't want to know.
I don't lie. Don't lie.
It's like that. It's like that meme or the thing you see on Instagram where Christian Bale's walking in with headphones, and it's like he's looking all badass, and you got AJ Lee's Light It Up playing. Oh, all right. So
let's keep Christy employed because she might be up for she might be up for employee of the month. We don't want to ruin it with our chicanery.
Yeah, you know what? Look, she opened. You know what? When you open the door, you're basically saying, "Hey, bring that craziness over here. We want you." So Christy she's in the club. She's with us. She's a lifer. Yeah, ride or die now. So she ain't leaving us. And you know I'm right about that. All right. So yeah, let's talk about Javon Evans and Josh Briggs. And I'm going to tell you, the crowd was all over Josh. I mean, last week, if you didn't watch, he came in, drove his motorcycle like he was the freaking Undertaker. I died laughing. I didn't realize, because I didn't see that part. So when I was watching, I'm like, why the heck is we getting a motorcycle interrupted? It can't be Undertaker. And then sure enough, it's Josh Briggs. I'm like, oh, you wrong. You wrong. But go ahead there, Ladarius.
No, I like what they're doing with Briggs. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, when they broke up Briggs and Genty, like, well, what are they gonna do? And it felt like when you break up a tag team, it's like the key is like what direction they're gonna go to. And like with Briggs, like it took a while to get there, but we're getting there. And he needed to be the heel, and he's embracing it because you can only like they tried the face thing. I'm like, nah, this you lean into the heel stuff, and then in this match, like Briggs was absolutely fantastic, and like Javon Evans was just absolutely Javon Evans. Like I say, that guy's a future champion at some point in his career. So like I'm saying, it's not a but like I walked away very impressed with Josh Briggs, and I like the kind of the direction they're going because it feels like maybe potentially at Homecoming we could see a transition with the title, and like anything could go after that, and I can see him being in the hunt for that, and I think this match kind of cemented like how I feel about Josh Briggs. Like he's absolutely fantastic. Javon did everything as usual. The ropes, like I'm always impressed with Javon, but specifically with Josh Briggs, just very impressive with showing his dominance and his strength in the ring in this match.
I love this match. I love the setup. I love just the flow, how everything was coming together. And all I can say is when you get, it's like Javon is over. I don't, where he's talking to the crowd, they understand. He's already connecting. He's doing stuff that some baby faces can't do. Okay? And he's doing it his way. I like Briggs though, because he doesn't care about the chance. He's playing the perfect heel. And the feud with him and Ricky I thought would go longer, but obviously it was just, hey, let's just get this going. And now we get the next best thing, which was Javon and him. And I like that he used the chain too around his neck. It's like this. If you're a heel, be a heel, but make sure you're doing it the smart way. Make sure you're not making the other guy look stupid. All right? That was good. I loved the chain punch. I really did. And I love that they didn't catch it at first. That was what made it perfect for me. All right? And that's just my thought there. We go into Oba and Ricky arguing, and thank God for Ava and her thick thighs. My Lord Jesus, her thighs, I tell you. Anyway, sorry. I lost track there. Yeah, Grayson Waller effect. They're gonna just talk it out. I was hoping. By the way, the beginning of the match, Ava was out there. I was thinking they were gonna write her off or do something. Did you think that too?
I didn't really give it much thought, but now that I think about it, I'm like, if she'd have been out there any longer, I said, well, they're gonna do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I guess the perfect time when she left. I was like, if she'd have been out there like maybe a minute or two long, I've been like, something's got to happen, right? Like, is she gonna?
Yeah, because she for the first like few minutes she was right there, and I'm going, are we about to get an Ava bump? I mean, I'm not mad about it. I'm actually kind of just saying, I mean, hey, for the
Hi,
brand, that's all good.
if you want to help me get bail money for when CW eventually gets in trouble, I'll put the link in there. Like, I could cover
They are
only so
going
much.
to Augusta, Georgia. You might want to make sure to get that quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, we're not messing around. We're not messing around. We're not. In the word, like, don't be like Ron and trying to hand me your food stamp card. That's not going to fly.
We're going to need real money. If you look, I've said, hook me up. I'll make sure to put the money into the show. But look, you guys got to help me out.
I cannot be. Christy's already. Christy's no.
Christy,
She's doing that
to me now. We in it like thugs now. We ride or die.
No. She's pulling that Homer Simpson. She's going back in the bushes in the shrubs. I'm not a part of this.
She's like, F this stuff, I'm out. F this stuff, I'm out.
She's like, I'm not privy to this, so I'm good.
My name's Paul. That's between y'all. Dad. Next segment, I think, was fun for the fans. First of all, Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. Look, if you don't know what Black and Gold NXT was about, go look it up. It was fun. It was something fun. There were some bad parts in it, but when Johnny Gargano and Ciampa were getting in the mix of it, it was fun. And then Trick Williams brings out Carmelo Hayes. I feel torn about this, Ladarius, because I'm excited about the match. Obviously, obviously you could feel there's gonna be a match forming in this. But I love the banter, and then I love the small little fact of they both said, "Whoa, y'all talk about us. Y'all got more drama than anything. Every time you saw the credits, you knew he was going to kick your ass." Talking about Ciampa beating up on Johnny. And I just love how Johnny and Ciampa just kind of, skirted that one aside, kind of like, hey, we boys, man. We don't do that. We don't have no recollection. But what kind of gave me my mixed feeling was, God, Carmelo felt like a superstar when he walked in. And when he talked with Trick. I need to see that on SmackDown. I really do. I feel for Carmelo. He's got to, like, somehow, some way, he needs to get himself projected into this title pitch or something. And actually then make it matter, because the man's got some charisma. The man could go. And I just seeing that kind of just made me feel bad for him. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm just saying what I thought. But what was your thoughts on this whole thing?
No, I think there's some validity to it. Listen, the Carmelo Hayes Trick Williams dynamic it's always interesting, and like Carmelo said, like, they're brothers at the end of the day. Like despite like toward the back end where they had the great matches toward the end, there's still chemistry there, and for Carmelo, I would like to see. I think Carmelo's not. I think he's at the point where, like, I'm not upset that he's with the Miz, because if you're going to be with anybody in that company, the Miz is a pretty good person to be kind of aligned with even from a tag team perspective, from a learning perspective. But like at some point, the question is going to be, when are we going to get like NXT Carmelo Hayes? That's going to be the penultimate question. And like I say, whenever that happens. But going back to this, it's like I'm just excited. We're getting two great tag teams, chemistry different ways, like DIY. Like, listen, there was a point to be made. Like, Ciampa especially, my guy went heel on Johnny Gargano, and like they've gone heel on each other, it feels like, and it's like, but yet, hey, they're friends. It's no different than Carmelo and Trick. Like, hey, like that's what makes it work. Like, it's kind of like similar relationships with one another. It's very similar.
Yeah.
And like I say, for Trick, it's like at some point the question is going to be, when is Trick going to get the call to the main roster? Because like they got him on TNA, which is fine, but at some point, like we saw with the women's, we saw that the women's title went back to Ash with Elegance to TNA. Now the question, when are we going to see that with Trick? Because the only two people that would make sense to take the belt away from Trick would be Mike Santana or Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
But like I'm just saying that because I can see Carmelo and Trick working on the main roster because it's built-in chemistry. Even though like they're great single stars, there's chemistry there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess like as far as the reunion, I absolutely loved it. And like I said, once again, I'm just excited for that tag team match because like both you're seeing like it's old school, new school.
Yeah.
Right? And it's great. It's a great dynamic. And I absolutely love it.
I do too. I love the fact that we could get Carmelo and Trick. And I like that Carmelo had issues with what Trick said too. And I like that Trick didn't back away from him, and act like, oh, no, I didn't say that, dog. He's like, yeah, I did. And I'm going to squat whatever I want to squat at. I'm like, you know what? I'm down with that. I think the guy that's going to take that belt off Trick is going to be, it's got to be Santana. I just, the story behind him, everything, I think Santana has to be the guy. Because I think you had to take the belt off Joe Hendry without doing whoever was going to beat Joe Hendry, it was going to be a problem to do. But you have Trick do it, and it's like Trick just makes it perfect. If that makes sense. It's like he's your perfect villain in this, the outsider. So, and my thing is this, that does need to happen. We need to see, and that's why I think it will happen in Bound for Glory. It's just my feeling. If not, then I will just throw my hands up in the air and just be like, I don't know what's going on. I don't have a problem saying that too. So Laney Rain, I don't even know if I said it right. Fabio.
I mean, Laney Reed.
Yeah, and then we got Fabi Apache. Man, these names can get you in trouble if you don't know what you're saying. Anyway, these two women were in the speed match. Now, I'm going to say this. Watching it, I'm going, how are they going to do it? Because the moment I saw Natalya, I'm going, oh, they're going to do an angle. Because I knew that Natalya was going to wrestle her. And my Lord, I'm just, in my head, I'm going, how are they going to do it? It's only a 3-minute match. You ain't got time to sell. You ain't got time for nothing. And sure enough, we saw what happened. But Laney, she is a very interesting character because she's had a lot of interesting interactions with Lacey, your girl, JC Jane, the champion. And what do you think about her?
I like her. I'm not against it. So
I love her music.
I'm not against. Yeah. So like I said, I'm not. Like Laney's interesting, and this is why I say I love Evolve, because it's like I think Evolve is going to be the new NXT, as we think of it like from a developmental perspective, where you'll see a mix a couple of veterans down there, but to me, I like Laney's upside, like she kind of mentioned in her promo before. It's where like we had to see the skill set because I think she has it, and as we start seeing this women's division transition, like I won't go to like the nerdy deep, but I feel like she's part of like that transition to what we see like could be like one of the next big things on NXT that women could, as we see stars now move up to the main roster as the main roster starts maybe going in a different direction the next couple of years. I really like Laney Reed and I love Fabi. I think listen, I love the AAA partnership, because you're seeing all this great talent, and that's what it's all about. And despite the loss, like we're going to see Natalya versus Fabi at AAA on Friday, so we're going to see that match. And like I said, I always want I want that Natalia on WWE programming. I don't know why
Thank
they go
you.
back. I don't understand why you go 180 back to the original. Like, she's over when she's that Natalia. She's
Yes.
over with the fans when she's that Natalia. And it blows my mind when she was at Bloodsport. And then when she was at NWA. It's like that was a 180 Natalia. And it maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm missing something. But I'm like, that could work on WWE. Like, that could
Yeah.
work. Like even with her working with Maxine Dupree, all of a sudden then she's this baby face. And it's like, no, you put that, I guarantee you put that Natalia on WWE programming, that changes things. And I don't understand for the life of me. Like, I see her on NWA, and then I see her at Bloodsport. Then she's at AAA. Literally every promotion, she's the same except for the one that she's made her name in for over almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe, like, and listen, people can have their opinion about Natalia, and that's cool. But to me, you take that Natalia and you put that on WWE, you got something. And like, maybe at some point they'll go that direction, C-Dub, but I can't understand why, for the life of me, they won't do it now. Maybe down the road, but it's like, that Natalia, Natalia is fantastic.
I personally felt after Worlds Collide, because she wrestled for the Women's Championship, when she showed up like she did, I went, there you go. There she is. That is who Natalia is. If that Natalia can wrestle on Raw the way she wrestles in the Indies, you put her involved in some storyline, you don't have to worry about the secondary title. You could throw her on SmackDown. I'm going to make this very easy for people. Send Natalia to SmackDown. Break her off from Maxine Dupree. And then let her start whooping everyone's ass. Let her do what Naomi was doing. Okay? And let her be telling people, I'm coming for you, and you ain't going to stop me. That's one way you built up that U.S. title. You could build up the Intercontinental. First of all, Becky's killing it with the Intercontinental title. But I'm saying, if you wanted to switch it from a face and then put it back on a heel.
Oh, no, I get it. I'm with you.
But I'm thinking you could throw Natalia over to SmackDown for a little bit, and she just show. And you know what? I would do it abruptly. Like, okay, you got a match with Natalia, and someone's like, Natalia? All right, that'll be an easy win. As they're stretching out, and then they go to the ring, and then you hear Natalia's music, but you have the guards coming out the way she has, or how she comes out, looking like an Emmett. Man, and let her just cook. Because I'm going to go here. She still has stories she could tell. She wins the U.S. title, she could make that belt something. She could win the Intercontinental title. She could easily be a workhorse belt. And yeah, I'm with you. If this is like where everyone just doesn't know how to do it, I think it's a cop-out, because I look at it like, you know what to do. Just let her run with this. You don't have to let her be the goody-goody. Because what was that? I watched World's End, and the reason why I brought, or not World's End, but the AAA show, AAA Out Mania or whatever. And then the next was Raw, and she just comes out like herself, and I just go, I don't like you. I want to see the badass.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see the Natalia that's like going, fuck you, bitch. I'm Natalia. I'm going, okay, I can see this. I'm down with this.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Captain, whatever you say. Captain Kitty Woman. I don't care. I mean, dude, she's got more caps than you can, shake a fist at. I mean,
Oh no, I do. Yeah. Oh, I know. Like Captain
Yeah.
Kitty. Like that's is that Marvel or DC? I'm not too sure about that.
I don't. Well, that's DC because that's Catwoman. But yeah, that's it. You just don't want to get those people mad at you because then they really get that. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. See, I had a joke, but I want to keep Christy in the running for Employee of the Month.
Yeah. We don't want Chrissy to like fall out of her chair if she hears like a certain joke come out of our mouths. So you know how we are. The glam are all right. The Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace. I like how this feud's going. I still want Jordan to win a match. But so she gets the glamour gets like busted open somehow, like fit her mouth or maybe her nose. But it's like the way they were talking, they were like, oh my God, just unleashed something deep and dark in her. I'm going, dear God, I watch AEW. She bled like you wouldn't believe. She bled buckets. This is nothing. That's a paper cut. So that's all I could think of. I mean, I understand what they're trying to do, but it cracked me up, the whole, busting the face up. And by the way, the Jordan Grace and Kyrie Armstrong, I think it is, or...
Yeah, that Callie Armstrong.
Callie, okay. She's impressive. I'm impressed with her. I'm impressed with what she could do. And then obviously it's just one of those you want to see where it goes from there. We had a Dark State promo earlier on, and I was surprised the guy did not mention butts. But the promo itself was actually really cool because it kind of reminded you where they all came from. Especially with, hold on, let's see. These jokers will never recognize anyone. They perceive that we would think that it would come with a raise or a happy meal. So they do a shout out during staff meeting. Oh, damn. You don't get no staff.
So it's like what you're saying that me and C-Dub needs to go to your job and handle the protocol.
Yeah, I think we should. I think, look, I'll be Bradshaw. You could be Farouk, because you're definitely eloquent with the words, and I'll just try to look for the damn key for the door.
Yeah. It's behind the...
Yeah. That was one of my favorites. APA. APA and the door always made me laugh. I can never stop laughing.
Like what are you doing? I'm walking. There's a door, and it's like they knock on the door of one of these.
And you would have these people.
You want to talk about commitment? That's
yeah. All these people would be looking at each other, going, "I gotta go through." Yeah, go through the door, knock it. No, hello.
Like you're no different. You're no different. Like good time.
So the Hank and Tank match with Dark State was your typical match. I mean, it was fun. They tried it again with the Joe Henry, and it was the Mr. Butts, Mr. Seymour Butts, we're going to call him. I would be on the show for real after y'all show.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need some blue pill. Hell yeah, that's what we do. We would have
chicken butts, thigh meat, blue pills everywhere you go.
Yeah.
The thigh don't lie. Cherry flavored pills everywhere you go. You want some chicken butts? Yeah. But baby, get all you want. But the thigh don't lie. Oh man, that's not a hit.
I smell an Emmy.
Oh man. Oh, that's gonna be. It's gonna be like this. The soundtrack. Yeah, it's great. I think they're gonna use it for the next season of Unreal on WWE. Yeah. So
there we go. It's just gonna be. We're gonna be dancing to it. Be like chicken butt, thigh meat, blue pills. And then we all know that Gallows will have a little fun with that. All right, so let's see here. Dark State. Homeboy yells out, Joe Henry can't save you. And then Joe Henry shows up like the Kool-Aid man. I died laughing at this part because he's just. Hold on. If you've seen Dark State, you see these guys are really, built. They're thick. They look like they're going to hurt some people. Joe Henry looks like an insurance car salesman sometimes. Homeboy bust through the wall and then collapse, and I'm just going, damn. He was just missing the moment to say, oh, yeah. Oh, my God. And then Dark State still won. Look, I truly enjoyed that. That match was fun. What did you think about Dark State and Hank Tank and Joe Henry's Kool-Aid Man spot?
First of all, if you didn't love Kool-Aid, you loved it even more in that spot.
Mm-hmm.
As for the match, it was an okay match. It was a good, I liked the finish. I liked the kind of the way the finish went. And like I say, I'm not. Listen, I've come around on Hank and Tank.
Yeah,
because I thought they were like a gimmicky, but I'm like, no, they're legit. Like they're a legit tag team. Because like when I remember, like Hank was like security, so I'm like, so I guess Hank was security. So I'm like, okay, I take these guys seriously now. So, but no, it was a great match, and like Dark State having the belts, I'm great with it. Because like I say, you have to they're a force. And I think like when we see these factions, like you put some gold on them, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of like. And I kind of like it's not like other factions that have come and go. But this one I really like, and like to your point earlier, we're getting backstories, we're getting context, and we're getting to know them even more, which makes it even better. And at some point hopefully we get the reveal of who's behind Dark State, because that to me, you can go a lot of different options on if they choose to go that way. I would absolutely love that too.
Yep. Oh, hold on. We got somebody say his name. Yeah, you know it. And be careful. He might come through a wall. So, and all right. This is one of those moments that I was thinking, they did the right thing, but part of me wished they did the dumb thing. Okay? So, they did an NXT anonymous video. And then you have Alexis King talking to Charlie Dempsey, which should be a crime. If Ren Sinclair is not on my TV, that's a crime. I will not allow for a week to go by without a Ren Sinclair. We need to see her every week. Period. Am I, Ladarius, you with me?
Oh, listen. Happy Ren's Day. Listen. In fact, today's Ren's Day. So, So go on social media, see listen. Like,
respectfully.
What I would. Oh, I couldn't. Whatever.
No. I was saying, because you know how you said get on, social media and about Ren, and I'm going yes, and in my head I said respectfully, because you know how these trolls like to try.
Oh yeah. Listen. Yeah, don't be creeps, guys.
Yeah, and don't be weird. Don't be weird.
Like what we do here, it takes an art. It's a science.
Yeah.
Like you guys, you just throw it out there. You can't be dangling things out there, and people are not gonna. You can't be doing that.
No dangles. You gotta be confident.
Yeah, and like I say, in the words of Demon Lovato, what's wrong with being confident? So think about that.
I'm telling you. So the reason why I say this is just one of those moments. So he's talking his smack about Miles. Anyone who has been in this chat before, we may be creeps, but we are respectful creeps. Thank you, wise man.
That's a very important adjective. Very important adjective. Respectful.
Exactly.
That's why you're the wise man. And by the way, wise man, we got to have a meeting about those cherry pills. I pulled a, I don't want to go behind your back, but let's get those the production. You talk to the crew. We'll put in the money, and that's they need to get that done.
And it was good too. I enjoyed them. Trust me. 3 limos worth. 3 trucks. Anyway, we'll talk about that
But
later.
you can't be popping those like Skittles, man. What are you doing?
But hey, let's just say this: nobody left home. No one left NXT sad. That's all I could say for you.
So you're saying a lot of people tasted the rainbow, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah. Well.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. 3 definitely did. But anyway, and maybe some thick butter. Thick thigh butter. Ava.
Is that Giovanni Benji driving the? I didn't have to see it. How did I get? I think he's a limo driver now. So,
I mean, look, I do what I must for the talent. C-Double is always willing to help, so I always provide an extra hand.
Yeah, it's the other hand that scares me.
So you almost had me blushing there. All right, so the funny part is Alexis King is talking crap about Miles, and Miles goes, "I'm not done with you." Turns the light off. And in my head, I was praying so hard that when they turned the light on, Charlie Dempsey would be on the ground screaming in pain. But it was actually Lexus King. And in my head, I'm going, how did the man see in the dark?
It's like this. It's like this. It's like the whole safe house thing. Like, yeah, I'll see you at the safe house. Like, you see the problem. We all see the problem. And nobody's acknowledging it. And somebody in that, like, with the whole lights off, shouldn't somebody say something? Like, no, we're gonna let it ride. Like, no, like, yeah. In fact, having Charlie Dempsey show up would have probably made it better.
Yeah. It was so funny. Just watch it. And then in my head, I just was like, you missed a great opportunity there. You missed a very good opportunity. And especially without Ren. And like I said, again, it's a crime that we don't see Ren Sinclair every Tuesday. So WWE, fix that. Don't do that to us. Ren Sinclair every week. She even loves Joe Henry. So that's it. Yeah. Flag match. And I'm making sure I say this right. Flag match.
Oh boy.
I don't want someone thinking I said something else. No, I was listening to
we'll be right back with the show right after.
I listened to one person reviewing it, and he goes, this stupid flag, and he said flag, but boy, he was dangerously close to saying another word, and I was just dying because I was like, every time I heard him say it, it's like my ears just popped up going, did he really?
Hey, an apology video. Let's check it out. Oh, man.
So yes. Look, I have seen flag matches, okay? I have. This one wasn't, first of all, this isn't about rating stars or anything like that. I thought Tavion and it was Ethan Page. I thought they really had a good match. I hope when they do have more matches later on, we get to see their full, repertoire, just a really good matchup with these two. Because it's almost been like halves of matches. But this one, I mean, like, there were some really cool spots in this match. But I was just glad, like, when the match was over, the part that just got me, like, cracking up was when, of all people, Tyler Breeze just pops out and just has a selfie stick. And I'm just going, bro, and in my head, the first thought I had wasn't, oh, great, he's back. My first thought was, dude, don't you have a show to do with Xavier?
Terrible.
I would, because him and Xavier always do a show on Tuesday. I know because I get the notification. And in my head, I'm going, that's why I didn't get a notification.
There you go. The more you know. Hi, Tyler Breeze. That guy over there said it. I think he did a great job.
No, I'm not mad at him for showing up. I was just thrown off. That's all I'm saying.
You don't sound pleased.
Look, I was excited about seeing Tyler Breeze because one, we're going to hear the music, we're going to see the selfie stick, and of course the Tron. I mean, that Tron is as I like that one, like Cody Rhodes when he had the what was it, the dashing mirror. I kind of wish he had that back still. It wouldn't go with his gimmick, but I'm just saying. Let's just breeze through this part of the.
I see what you did there.
I did too. I saw that. What did you think about the flag match and the Tyler Breeze appearance?
I thought it was a very patriotic match, and listen, you can root for both countries because, listen, Canada's not terrible. Like, you look what they gave us. They gave us maple syrup. They gave us Jim Carrey. They gave us, Alanis Morissette. And they gave us Chelsea Green. And then America, well, they gave us some things too.
Yeah.
And so it was a great match. I think Tavion Heights, and I'll keep saying it again, that guy, like, I put him in the same category, as Javon Evans. Like, that guy's a future champion somewhere down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it kind of proved in this match. I wouldn't be shocked if he would be the guy to kind of beat Ethan Page for that North American Championship. I would not be shocked at all. It was a solid match, is what I would say. It was a very good match.
Yeah. I'm kind of intrigued by Ethan Page talking to Miles. That was a little interesting. Because I was going, of all people, I thought that was a little bit, eye-opening. So we have Lola Vice, another training vignette, and basically going over her backstory. And then JC Jane, looking forward to embarrassing her in front of her family. Let's. I want to just bring this up. I like what they're doing with JC Jane, and then I really like what they're doing with Lola, trying to, pump her up. Facts wise, man, it's good to see you. Oos, we them ones. Yep. So, but when I saw it, like the first video, I was hooked because I was like, man, they're talking about her culture, and how she always feels connected with her family, and I thought that was cool. And then she talked about like the bad times in mixed martial arts, and I'm going, okay. Like when they did Jada Parker, you felt that connection or that what she had to fight through to make her name, I'm watching this and I'm just going, because they judged me for wanting to wear pink gloves, and I'm going,
damn it, C-Dub, that was important to the story, and I don't know what you're thinking of, but you unthink about what you're thinking about because it's very integral to the story. And okay. I'm not gonna just sit here and let you denigrate.
I don't know, man. You sound like you're not believing your own argument there.
You don't worry about what I believe in, no. You keep that to yourself, pal. Damn it, those pink gloves, they wouldn't let her do it. Who the hell do they think they are?
She really went through a lot of trauma. And I'm just like, listen, and I'm just going,
Listen, I get mad when I have to order a different drink and they're out of Dr. Pepper. No, I understand.
Oh, that's different now. I will throw down on that now.
Yeah, you see. Thank you, Craig. Yeah, you see, you won't let that man wear pink gloves. Damn it, C-Dub. Like,
Craig, you never asked to wear pink gloves. But I'll tell you what, the next show you want to come on, you best wear them pink gloves. That's all I got to say.
Oh, now you're demanding him? Now
yes,
you're making
if
him
he wants to wear them, bring them.
Now, but earlier you were like, man, that what you just said about Lola Vice, I don't know, Craig. This man, I've seen better. I've seen better flips on pancakes. All right. This guy's flip flopping more. I've seen pancakes with more flip flop action than this.
So tell me, what did you? How did that Lola Vice promo hit you?
Let me tell you right now. I'm getting on camera for this. Let me tell you something.
I like this.
What that promo did.
Yeah.
How could you not feel something?
I felt something down below.
Yeah, see that, and that's why your ass is not getting no more blue pills because of that reason.
Those cherry ones really
Craig, listen. Craig said my pink will not be besmirched. He besmirched you, and you know what? It ain't right because those gloves. All she wanted to do was fight to show her pink glove heritage, just like my wife
get her nails done and do her hair.
I'm talking C-Dub. I'm talking right now. You said all your pink. You said all your pink glove slander earlier. Lola Vice is gonna go through the odds, and she's gonna be the NXT Women's Champion. It's gonna be pink gloves for everyone. Do it right in your face, just like remember they didn't want dancing in that town and Footloose. You're that guy. You're the preacher in that town who didn't ban the dancing, and you're the man in this town out here banning pink gloves. We're gonna be dancing to Kenny Loggins. We're into the Footloose with our pink gloves. Like everybody, I'm gonna come in a pink ass suit just to prove you wrong. Me and Craig are gonna be dressed to the pink to the T's just to prove you wrong. The nerve of you questioning.
All right, that's cool. I'm down with it.
No, listen here. No. No, see, that's what the preacher and no. You banned dancing, just like how that man banned dancing. You heard banning pink.
I did not ban the pink gloves. I just was
this is you. I believe in the good book of Ezekiel. It talks about thou shalt not wear pink. After any day,
I didn't even
on the Sabbath.
To this. Over on third Hezekiah.
You know what? Listen, Habuka, you listen here, pal. It's in that book too. I will not sit here and let you besmirch or bedwindle the good name of Pink Glove and Lola Vice's story. Exactly, Craig. Yeah, he wants to be on the team now, Craig. Nah, pal, you're traded. You're out of here. He gets it. Craig gets it. No, sir. You made that bet full of your anti-P.
When she was saying her backstory,
you simply
and she talked about just wanting to wear her pink gloves and wanted to wear her, do her hair and still be a fight. And I'm just going, and I'm just comparing it to JC or what was it, to Jada Parker, who's talking about being from the streets.
That's too different. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's an unfair comparison. That's like saying, "Oh man, let me compare the Whopper to a taco from Taco Bell." What the hell is wrong with you? It's two different things.
Oh God!
I had to come on camera and had to defend people. Had to defend Craig. No, you're the preacher who banned the dancing. You're the preacher who banned the pink gloves.
I'm not banning.
No, pal. No, pal. You denigrated Lola Vice, and it will be
I did not denigrate Lola Vice. I denigrated.
Okay, so you no. So you were okay with pink gloves?
Yes, I'm okay with pink gloves.
No, I don't know your voice. Your voice went up a little bit, pal. That means you're lying.
I am okay with pink gloves.
Unless your doctor's grabbing your nether regions, you are lying, sir. You are lying, sir. I don't see Doogie Howser. I don't see no doctor in that building. So no. How dare you besmirch Lola Vice's story?
Look, we all know it doesn't have to be a doctor grabbing anything. It could be someone else. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell that person, don't do it again. He doesn't like pink gloves.
Sleep and breathe.
Make him do it by himself. No thigh me. The thigh's gonna lie.
It's TikTok time.
Yeah, Craig. So pink gloves aren't great enough. So Lola isn't. You are the one. Yeah, exactly, Craig.
I am saying that creative. Hold on.
Craig,
was
he's
totally
halfway
fine.
to China by now, Craig. He's halfway to
Hold
he's
on,
digging so
hold
deep.
on.
He's halfway to Beijing. He's halfway to Beijing. Keep digging.
I'll make it through because it's not that hard. Look, first of all,
speaking of
not that
hard, but you get hard about watching the fight, but you didn't get hard about that story. No.
What I am saying is that
we know what
it's almost like they're trying to force you to believe the hype of and I'm going.
So it's not believable. So it's not believable that pink gloves are not a story of defiance and of hope. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
Really, pink gloves are hoping.
Pink gloves. Listen, some people. Listen. You know what? You want to go there? Some people had to fight to wear jeans in this country. Are you going to knock the people that wear jeans? Like you're that. No,
they're not making it.
That's comparable because it's an accessory. No. You know what? I don't know. I don't respect the rest of this show. This man doesn't support pink gloves. So look, when Lola
I don't have a problem with the pink gloves. I have a problem with the creative. Where
but the creative involved what? The pink gloves. It's believable.
All right.
No, if you don't watch, no timeouts. We're out of timeouts, Bell. No.
Lola and JC need some time together.
What? No. So basically,
they need time. I'm saying they need the time to sell the match. You're already getting it with Ricky and Oprah.
You tell me the pink glove didn't sell the match for you? That's your problem, pal. That's your prerogative.
No, I'm just saying there's better things to do with your TV time than go, yes, this is why this is why I used to have coffee. This is why I used to, and
now you're mocking her? Oh my God.
No.
First
of all, I'm Latino. First of all, I'm Latino. I can play the card. It's not hard.
So I can't play any card here. Okay, yeah. I got you. So when I mentioned Jada Parker and I mentioned that, you shut that down. Why would you shut that? You know what?
I thought Jada.
I told you, but yeah, see, you took issue with that, and I didn't step. I'm like, hello, we look alike, but I didn't bring that up, pal. Just because me and Lola are Latino, so you should be supporting Lola Vice. What is the problem?
I'm actually wanting her to have more interaction with the champ.
Glove, sir.
I don't worry about the pink glove. She can wear pink. She can wear
pink glove. Unbelievable. The chat's on my side here because they heard your words.
I am okay with what she's wearing. What I'm saying is we need her and JC Jane to sell the match.
I'm sorry. Are you done? Are you done? So what you're saying is that Lola Vice and her story did nothing to contribute to the telling of the story.
No, it did nothing.
So your beef is with ergo,
it did nothing to contribute to selling of her title match.
Yes, it did. It did. It was a story of defiance, and you, sir, are being defiant right now. John said he'll wear pink gloves. You're the wise man. Listen,
I don't care about the gloves. What I'm saying is
it's part of her story, damn it. So don't you just don't walk this back, pal. You're gonna walk so far back, you're gonna fall off the cliff.
Need to I'm saying I want her to have as much spotlight with JC than as much as
this guy
and Ricky are having.
Oh my God!
Why is that so wrong? Please
because you knocked the pink gloves. That's why it's wrong.
I'm not knocking the pink gloves.
That's part of her story, is it not? Yes or no? Yes or no?
See,
no. See,
she can wear them. I don't care.
No. But is that not part of her story? Yes or no?
Okay, but my thing I've said is that is not getting me engaged to a feud. I need to see.
Okay.
Her and
but you know what? I can make that same argument for Stephanie Vaquer. I can make that for Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, and Tiffany Stratton versus. So tell me where the bill was that for? Aren't you excited for that match?
Interaction. Hold on. Hold on. You just said something perfect. They have this thing called interaction.
She did have an interaction with.
We aren't
JC
seeing it.
and Lola
We need
didn't
to
have an
see a
interaction.
carry, man. She only had one small one, and it's like, come on, we need more.
So what the hell was that at the end of the show? Just some small. So you telling me that with Vacaire and Ripley, so that was one interaction?
Yes,
was that not yes
was,
or no?
Hold on.
So
But
that was one interaction too.
Hold on. It came out as if because JC Jane says she's the best one. We got the notes. It ain't that hard. And she's calling out all the greats. And then all the greats came out to answer that challenge.
Oh, so you're just okay. All right.
Tiffany, are you saying those three aren't the greats? Are you saying those three aren't great?
No, buddy, you're pulling that Fox News spin on it. That didn't answer. We're talking about the interaction. No.
Are you saying Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, and Stephanie McClure not great?
What does that got to do with the interaction? The point I'm trying to get you to see is that
they answered the challenge. They came out, answered the challenge. They interacted. What I'm saying, you got a pay-per-view match on the 27th. You need to get.
So you're telling me? So we're arguing about this, and it happened on Tuesday, and you're upset about Lola Vice. We have time for that. But Lola and JC have had interaction. It may not be to your liking, but yeah, I'm not denying those three are the greats. That's a trap question when I see it. I know a trap question when I see it. I'm not denying they're greats.
Do you feel? Hold on. Let me ask this question, just honestly. Does Lola Vice versus JC Jane, should they get some attention for their title match on a pay-per-view? Because honestly, it feels like they're not even. Like, if you had to look for it and say, oh, they got a match together, that's how it's coming off.
C-Dub, I got to stop you there. Now, that's not cool.
I'm just saying.
You're knocking.
For them.
To me, that's not fair. That's just not totally not fair because you're knocking. It feels like you're knocking Lola Vice down a peg. And you're.
I'm looking at creative. This isn't at Lola. I think Lola's.
So why are we yelling? Listen, Lola Vice is working with what she has. I'm not going to knock the story. I'm saying, listen, for God's sake, what did that? Today, yesterday was the 9th. We have 18 days between now and we're moving away from the pink gloves because this is how it all started. This is how.
I'm just saying, man. Everyone can have their opinion. I just thought when I saw it was. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. I actually love it. I love to say that. Oh. We're going to. Craig has sent another picture. Give me a minute.
Hang on. I'll find it. It was on Twitter.
Well, he sent it to the personal thing, so.
Okay. I'm pulling it up now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's accurate. Yes.
Look. Wear your pink glove. I don't care. Don't bother me. All right? There you go. I'll pull away. I'm not going to talk about this segment. We'll move on. So,
you want to talk about it? Why? Okay, all right, go ahead.
No, we don't need to. I mean, it's just pink gloves.
No. Hey, listen. This is your show. No.
I'm not. Look, I'm not a tyrant. I'm not trying to ban anything. I'm just talking about these wonderful matches that have, a lot of people talking about.
Craig, pull up my contract for this, please. Yeah, thanks.
So Jasmine Nix, Tatum Paxley, and we're teaming up against Zarya and Sol Ruka, and then we had also Izzy Dane and we had Paxley, Tatum Dane, the Culling woman version, Sol Ruka, Zarya, and then Jasmine Nix and Fallon. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I got all the names because there were a lot of people in this match. By the way, now this was creative. I've never seen someone push their own partner or someone push the person's partner inside of the soul snatcher. And he's moving to go. Okay, yeah, we already talked about that. All right. So, and by the way, the sell was great. I love the sell of that. Zarya was dead. Soul sold that like someone just murdered a Disney parent. You know, I was waiting for her to move Zarya like move like Lion King, but anyway, we had the match. Ended up being a good match. Tatum and Izzy wins the match, so they're going to get a tag team title match at Homecoming against Charlotte and Charlotte and Alexa. The We're Not Friends group, but they're very friendly. So look, we don't need to talk about the end since nothing happened, nothing major happened. It just ended that way. Fade to black. Lee Fitting, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels was doing their thing. So, Ricky and Oba fought. And Stephanie Vakor showed up, who has history with JC. Then, who else we got? Tiffany Time, who wrestled in NXT, especially winning the NXT Women's Championship. And then, Rhea Ripley showed up too. All three answered a challenge for a match. And, Stephanie is going against Io. I do not understand why Stephanie wasn't at Raw, but that's not my problem. But we got Stephanie that came out and introduced Tiffany. Stephanie and Tiffany brought out Mommy. And they came in and so at NXT Homecoming, you got the 6-man or 6-woman tag of Rhea, Stephanie, and Tiffany versus Fatal Influence. And look, that match is going to be fun. I cannot wait to see what they have planned. And I think Full Sail is just going to be going. It's going to be hot for it. Now, are you able to go to those shows, or since you're close by, or what's the deal?
On the advice of counsel, I will plead the fifth on the question.
Do we need to end the show?
No, we can keep going.
Okay. I just had to ask.
We can keep going.
All right. So we're not going to talk about the end. That actually, it's going to be the main event for next week.
No, because I think we, there's plenty of interaction. So, there, JC did this, and all of that. Yeah. So yeah, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was great.
Okay. Duly noted. All right. SmackDown. Look, I thought SmackDown was good for two reasons. John Cena, or the John Cena segment with Sami Zayn, even though Sami Zayn is now the new John Cena, apparently. We'll talk about that. And Brock coming in to whooping some butt. And then the AJ Lee thing. And if you didn't watch SmackDown, trust me, it's all over the place. You could see it. What was your takeaways on SmackDown?
I thought SmackDown was okay. Yeah, I guess trying to think of the right words. No, it was I think SmackDown's kind of picking up on a lot of areas. I think it's still kind of the better brand probably right now than Raw. Raw is going to probably pick up, with the whole AJ Lee and all of that. So, but SmackDown kind of held its own in a lot of departments. I'm just curious where they're going to go in different directions specifically like the Damian. I'm curious about where they're going to go in different directions. But it was a great show all in all.
I had a hard time watching the middle matches. Like, I wanted to go enjoy the Aleister Black and Damian Priest match more, and it felt. Here's how I'm gonna say it. I enjoyed SmackDown because of the Raw angles, aka John Cena, aka Brock Lesnar, aka CM Punk, Seth Rollins. It's their mid card is really tough to watch, and the fun stuff to watch is their tag teams. And now you're trying to tease some breakups, so you're also now asking the question, what are we doing now? What's next? Drew McIntyre, I think, is doing God's work with his heel run. And, Randy Orton's involved with Drew. I'm cool with that. God, man. I'm concerned about the women in SmackDown. I really am. Because I feel like we're in the same loop for the world title as we are in for the U.S. title. You got your set pieces, and that's it. Tiffany Stratton, by the way, looks amazing. I love seeing her anytime on the screen. She is getting comfortable with herself, and it's great. With Jade, I've said it. I've been concerned. I think she's had some good matches. And yet there's been moments you watch and you kind of just have to have that one eye open kind of deal. But I'm concerned about the creative and where are they going with the women? I mean, because, honestly, the one that I can say I have no fear for, Chelsea Green. I think Chelsea Green is bulletproof. She can do anything, and people will love it, or whatever they give her, she's making everyone love it. I mean, am I wrong in that? What do you think, Ladarius? I think this is a conversation that needs to get had.
We'll be right back with the show right after this. I get to go back on the show with this guy? No, we're back.
And that's what you hear on First Take.
Yeah, we try to stay away from that sort of listen, for the record, the little back and forth we had, it was good. Yeah, it was good, healthy. I think we need to address it.
Oh yeah, look, you go ahead.
No, go ahead. You were going to cut me off again, so go ahead.
I don't mean to. First of all, look, we're brothers. All right, we get along, and we're both passionate, and we both if there's times we'll say something, and one takes it one way, it's we have to collide because it's we want to make sure everyone understands where we're coming from. But me and Ladarius is cool. We're fine. We're not gonna be going at each other after this. If anything, we'll probably talk to each other more and just be like, hey man, what you think?
ESPN reports that the CLR crew could have some changes as early as
we hate to say that Ladarius has walked out of the CLR crew and is getting replaced by Larry the Dog. Yes, we have an exclusive contract with Larry the Dog, CM Punk's dog.
I'm getting replaced by the fucking dog?
Ron,
cats anyway.
Ron said he wanted a celebrity.
So I'm getting bumped for the this show. All these people. I got my own people. Stuff. All of you in the no. but I just I said, we like C-Dub said, we come from a place of passion, and you know what, Craig, I agree. The dog would support and wear pink gloves. I agree with that stance as well. So the wise man, my legal team, is handling all of that. But to your point about the women's division, and this, I don't think it's necessarily. To me, this is how I think it should go. When I look at the United States women's title, when I look at that scene, I believe you need to put somehow Jade Cargill needs to be involved in it, because I feel that it's at a point where you have to put. Not say you don't have to put a belt, but it feels like her competing for like the top belt is not. I'm not saying we can't revisit that, but let her have a mid card belt, because we got to listen. I hate to keep telling people this, but go back to AEW. Maybe listen, I'm not defending Tony Khan, but maybe with understand why didn't Jade Cargill compete for the AEW Women's Championship during her entire run as TBS champ, which I kind of equate to the mid card belt, to like the women's Intercontinental and US title. Why was Jade as dominant as she was? Why was she? And I'm not trying to say that as a knock against Jade. Like, let's be super clear.
Yeah, no, you're right. Go ahead.
I feel that that's a conversation that has to be addressed. And I'm not saying like WWE, you know, but basically what WWE is saying when they gave her that title shot against Tiffany Stratton is like, hey, we tried. That doesn't mean you can't revisit it somewhere down the road. All I'm saying is that for right now in Jade's career, give her the United States Championship match against Julia. And you can have at some point Julia elevate to compete for the top title. You know, you can have Stratton as the Stratton face, Julia heel. I think you could go in that direction. But my problem is that it's not so much of the direction, it's the pace. Because like right now, Raw's going to be killing it for a while, as long as Becky Lynch and AJ, as long as they're on, they'll be bouncing back, sure. But primarily, I feel they're going to be on Raw, because Becky is the women. She's the Intercontinental Champion, and that belt is exclusively for Raw.
Yeah.
So I feel that. So, but for like, I think that, and as for Tiffany Stratton, I think you get the ball rolling, like at some point, and I think you, like I said, I think Julia should be the next person up. That's my argument. And you, as for like women's mid card, like think about this: you can still have Michin, you can throw in Jade, you can throw in like Chelsea Green is the wild card, because I could argue, like I can make the case, why not put Chelsea Green as your champion? Like, because I think it's just about the pacing. The thing with Raw is, I'll put it this way: if you take away the Becky Lynch AJ Lee storyline, what do you have in that women's division? Like, you have Bayley and Lyra, sure, but in terms like, we don't like, to me, I think Stephanie Vaquer would make sense being the champion. I'm not trying to predict. We'll say that for when it happens. But in my mind right now, it makes more sense to have Stephanie Vaquer as, you know, at Io Sky. That match will determine the direction that women's division goes to. And to me, the X factor in all of that is Rhea Ripley, because Rhea Ripley is so great. Like, her popularity is up there with AJ Lee's. I believe, and I believe in that. So she doesn't necessarily need a title to define her run, but she's going to be in the mix at some point. And however this AJ Lee and Becky Lynch thing turns out to be, well, assuming it'll last for the duration of this year, maybe going into next year, I think the conversation, like going back to the SmackDown side, I feel that it's just about the pace of how they're going about it. I don't, like I said, I don't have an issue with Julia as champion, but at some point, Tiffany Stratton needs challengers. And this is what always happens when you have long title reigns, because at some point you can run it back a couple of times, which she did with Nia Jax. But at some point, fans are going to get stagnant. They're going to get bored, and they're going to want something different. They want variety, just like in life. It's like they want, like, if you love vanilla ice cream, that's cool. But if you switch it up one day and get chocolate, that's cool too. It's like a little variety doesn't hurt anyone in the situation. It's just for the SmackDown side. It's like who if I tell people who is Tiffany Stratton gonna face next, we don't know. And like, cause are we gonna really run back Jade and Tiffany Stratton? We could. I'm not saying we can't, but why? And to C-Dub's point, it's that to me, it's the direction's an issue, but it's the pace of the direction they're going. Because to me, Julia came on the scene, became champion NXT. It's like she's a champion. And you give her the US title, and I think she has her run. She does great. And then I say, well, give it to Jade. Let Jade build up herself. Let her have the belt for a while. And have Julia have a go at Tiffany Stratton. And I wouldn't be upset if Julia dethroned Tiffany Stratton. Now, that's not me saying that Tiffany Stratton is terrible, but this is the issue we've seen with Triple H with lengthy title runs, is that you can run out of opponents, and the reign has to have meaning. Because if it has no meaning, then what's the in the mind of Triple H, what's the use? So as far as the SmackDown Women's Division goes, I'm just very curious to see what pace and direction they go to, because I think, to me, that's the plan of action I would go to, because it would just make a lot of sense to do. So I don't know if C-Dub is still there or not.
Right here.
So
no, I was letting you talk. I wanted you to speak.
No, you just left the room. It's okay. Sorry.
No, actually, I just had the camera turned off because I was dealing with a conversation with certain people. So,
yeah, Mr. C-Dub was in the back. He turned off the television when you were on. That sounds about right. So the interviewing the dog? All right, I'm out of here. I'm out.
Look,
I'm out.
Look, the dog's asking for a lot of money. I gotta have a talk with Ron. Ron thought he would take food stamps, and I told Ron, no, it's not like that. But apparently Ron's trying to work some deal, but it ain't happening. So, but anyway.
So wait. Ron's trying to replace me?
I mean, there's the cock talk that kind of makes him blush. So,
I get it. Oh, you do the cock talk. I can't do the cock. Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm saying I actually told him.
I am a big fan.
Hold on.
Listen, I have a big.
I told him on the mess. I said, look, Ladarius can talk about cock. It is all on Ladarius. If Ladarius wants to bring up cock, let him bring up the cock. He's got a sponsorship in hand about it, so we talk cock. I don't have a problem with the cock. Now,
I'm just disgusted. I'm just disgusted right now. That's all.
I got your back. All right,
Craig, we'll have a meeting set up, and we have some things to discuss.
All right. So, look, you said it perfectly, by the way, with the shape of the women's division, and it's almost as if they don't want to take risk, And
yeah.
Like, I think there were some times you could have taken the belt off Tiffany, but you chose not to. All right. Do I think our girl should have, do we think Tiffany should have lost to Charlotte? No. But I'm saying it's almost like, but the worst part was you brought in Nia again. And then when Tiffany beats Jade, you brought Nia back in. And that is what's annoying. At least with Naomi being on SmackDown, you felt that there was a moment where Naomi could take the belt from Tiffany. And then Naomi shocked the world and did it to Rhea and Io. And now I got to go here. I don't have a problem with Julia. I got a problem with, we don't hear from her. We don't hear her talk. And it's like, just keep her down. Just, okay, give her a few minutes. Where Stephanie, she was getting some really prominent time on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one thing. And I think Julia would have been, like, before the run with the U.S. title, I would have said, yeah, Julia and Tiffany, sign me up. Now, are they going to let her talk? I mean, you've got to build her now to even get her to that position. And
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I say I think for me, SmackDown is frustrating to watch. It really is.
It's to your point, and like I said, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, go ahead.
But
go ahead.
To me, like to your point, it's the direction, but it's the pace. Because to me, to your point about Julia, and maybe there's a reason why they had Kiana James paired with Julia. Because remember that when Bobby Lashley, I'm not saying Bobby Lashley had the same issue, but there's a reason why he had, like, initially it was Leo Rush, and then it became MVP. Because there's a reason. And I think, listen, people understand, not every wrestler is going to be great on the mic. Like, let's just put it out there and be honest.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, like, there's a reason why they brought back Kiana James. But by the way, thank God, because listen, y'all treated her like she was Ryan Leaf or something, like she was a bust. Like, y'all treated her, and it's like y'all drafted her. Don't get me started on Blair Davenport. Don't get me started on that.
No,
but
another one.
Like, hey, how do we do it? It's like wasting draft picks. So
almost like the Atlanta Falcons.
I didn't say that. C-Dub said it. Now we talking about hey Jamal. Hey, where's the camera? Jamal Anderson. We talking about you. No. How many sacks you had? We coming for you. Good time. See, I got the laughter back. That's what I do. I try to bring the laughter.
That's what I do.
But going back to the point, like, there's a reason why I think Julia and Kiana James are paired, and I think it's like, I think they know Julia is a future world champion, but at its core, C-Dub, and it's not a knock on her. It's not even a knock on Bobby Lashley. But listen, Bobby Lashley became world champion and had MVP. What I'm saying is that it's the pace that SmackDown is going about it. Because the reality is, Raw is a better, think about this. Raw is a better product, and they don't have a world champion.
Oh, you're talking about the women. I'm sorry. I was like,
yeah, the women, yes. Oh, no, I wasn't talking about Seth. No. It's like, think about that. Like, right now.
Seth just popped in my head, and I was just going, wait a minute, but Seth is the world champion.
Yeah. It's like, well, I should have put women. I apologize. Yeah.
Yeah.
So think about that. Raw feels like a better product, and they don't have a women's world champion in that division. And it's primarily due to AJ Lee, and that goes to, like, I'll keep preaching about Becky Lynch. She's elevated that belt in the same way I felt The Miz did, and it pays off. The mid-card belt can sometimes have more focus than the main title. That's not the worst thing in the world. It's just like now. It's like when you look at the SmackDown, when you look at the men's side, you could argue that is the, like, are you like, you, I'm just saying you could make that sort of argument there as well. Not saying it, but the point is that for the women specifically, going back to the women, SmackDown it's the pacing, and that's why I say you got to start calling up these NXT late. Like, get Lash on SmackDown yesterday.
Thank you.
But I don't understand, because this is what I say: when you break up teams, and I apologize if I repeated it on the show multiple times, but I go back to the story of the Iconics, because when they broke up Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, when that was their, not Jessica McKay and Cassie Lee, but when they broke up Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, the goal was for Peyton Royce to be the star. and they didn't know what to do with Billy Kay. And then when essentially when they broke up the team of Lash and Jakara, they said, well, Lash is going to be the better single star, and they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do with Jakara. Okay, Craig. Okay, Craig, I thought you were on my side here.
Craig, oh man, he just hit you with the heel turn. Oh my God.
Craig, well, I'll meet you in the alley, the one with no lights, behind that restaurant.
Be careful, Becky's gonna smack you too, man. She hits hard.
Listen, if you see, listen. I'm going to bring up. I think I've been consistent. I'm going to bring her up or Seth on this show at least once, and like Cal Ripken's streak is continuing on.
Amen.
That streak didn't until someone tells me to sit on the bench and don't talk about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. But it goes. But my point is that you could call it like Lash Legend makes sense. Just call her up because who, like here's the thing. What does a feud with Lash Legend and Jada Parker do for anybody? What does it do? It does absolutely nothing. Craig, yeah. Jesus, Craig. I shouldn't have said Craig that DVD of Eyes Wide Shut. That's on me. That's on me. I sent that as a Christmas gift a couple of years ago, and yeah, The Dark All Alone. Yeah, Craig, it's gonna be a good time, Craig. But we can never tell people the alley nor the restaurant because we want to support the alley, and then support the restaurant too, because we're gonna have dinner there and then we go in the back of the restaurant. Well, he gets it. But the point is, yeah, I just made a lot of great jokes. He didn't say a word. It's okay. It's a typical of our relationship. The point is, yeah, he just ignored me. He's on his phone. Yeah, it's a big story. It's always been a one-sided relationship. That's why we're having conversations.
I'm just after me saying something. I got activists of pink gloves coming after me. So look, I'm just trying to keep the peace.
So my thing is to kind of put a button on it is that call up Lash. Because like a feud between Lash and Jada does nothing for me. I love them both. Call up Lash. And I'd argue maybe potentially like, do we call up what do we do with Sol Ruka and Zarya? What are we doing with? Because I think that JC losing that belt, I think do they get called up? But I think the one sure thing that makes sense to me is you got to call up Lash Legend. And I'm just like, that's a no-brainer because that's why you split the team up. In my opinion, that's why you did it. And all of a sudden, we out here, I don't know how to describe it. Yeah.
God, you're hitting so many points, and I'm trying to think because here's what I'm going to say. I like Jada and Lash because they naturally, you knew they would give you a good match. Now, you're right. What kind of feud they're going to give us? Well, my thing is, after Evolution, you saw Lash Legend have a moment. Why couldn't Lash go back to SmackDown and attack Nia?
Yeah.
Why could Lash takes out Jade Cargill? Not because she's part of a faction, but because she wants to make it clear she's next in line.
Correct. And yeah,
go ahead.
No. I was agreeing with you because I didn't mean to cut you off. I agree. That's how you follow it up. It's like just put her on SmackDown because that's where Nia Jax. If Nia Jax could go to NXT, why in the Sam Bunker Hill can't Lash Legend go to SmackDown?
Yeah,
and get some. Exactly. So it's. Yeah, I'm not angry, but it's just frustrating because it's a catharsis to me. It's a catharsis because, to your point, not only have they been there, C-Dub, to me, I think that's what they want to do. And this is what I say. It's not so much it's the direction, yes. It's the pace. Just be like Nike and just do it already. Because there's a reason why you put Nia to face Lash. Nia's on SmackDown. Put her on SmackDown. Like
Mm-hmm.
Lash has fought on SmackDown before. It's not unprecedented. So it makes sense. Just do it because, quite frankly, I tell people this: if you're okay, here's the thing: if you're not going to give her an NXT Women's Title shot, then what is Lash Legend doing in NXT?
Yeah.
And if
Now,
you're not going to give her a shot,
right.
she's competed for. I'm sorry, she's competed for the North American title. She's competed for. If you're not going to put the belt on her, then stop keeping her down there and wasting her time, and put her on the main roster. And give her time to grow and be great and be in those title contentions. That's all. I'm sorry. I'm done talking. I apologize for cutting you.
No. You could keep in because you write about women's wrestling, so this is actually something. Because, like I said, look, I watched SmackDown and I wasn't impressed. I told you the best parts of wrestling. By the way, hey April and Ron, what's up? How y'all doing? Hope everything's going well over there on y'all's end. But my thing is this. Everybody says you got to fix the divisions. You got to fix the divisions. Give me a way to fix them. So you just brought one way. I brought one. Here's another way. Bring up Sol Ruka. You don't have another face on the SmackDown women's roster that people are cheering for. I'm sorry about Michin and Zelena, but when they come out, it's crickets. I'm sorry. Chelsea Green gets more applause than those two, and she's a heel. All right. Charlotte and Alexa are getting pops. That's fine. They're the tag champions. And their thing is working. Bring up Sol Ruka. Bring up. We're not asking you to bring up, Jordan Grace. But if you want, you could. There was a rumor she was supposed to go to SmackDown anyway. I'm kind of glad she's not because I think she would get lost. I think the story with her and Blake and eventually Jordan winning that women's title is the way to go. Is it a little long for her? Maybe, but here's the thing. I'd rather, but if you give Sol Ruka, who's been on Speed, who's been on SmackDown, who's been on NXT, who's been with the AAA, and even I think on TNA, they're not like new to the stuff. I think the culling needs to be called up, or at least Izzy. I think Izzy needs to be with Braun Breaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't look, and here's why. You have Seth and Becky. Put Braun and Izzy together as the duo that you have to go through to get to the power couple.
Oh, so they're already together, but I thought we were talking about something else. I'm sorry. We're back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And here's my big suggestion. I want the tag belts to go back to one set of tag belts. And I'm damn near close to saying Raw and SmackDown just needs to have the joint rosters. Because there's a point you watch Raw and you're going, man, they're really kicking butt with the men's, with the men's. Not so much on the mid card. But they're really doing good with the tag. Well, all right, Raw's tag team division sucks ass. We got two big guys trying to do the penta walk. But the women. Oh man, the women. And then you go to SmackDown. Where the hell's everybody? We just got tag teams. Poor Cole, man. I think he was lost in translation when he walked in. He called John Cena and CM Punk and all them to show up. Guys, we're really lost here. I don't know anybody.
Make new friends. I gotta go. Dinner's coming. What? Hello?
We're going for you. But yeah, and then, all right. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso coming together. I like it. It actually kind of made sense until Monday Night Raw happened. And now we got Jimmy / wannabe Roman cosplay going, I'm going to smash him. And I'm going, bro. It's almost like when someone does an impression of you and you just go, dude, let me do it, please. Let me do it. Say the thing. No, I'll say the thing. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. But yeah, it's just I was excited about it, but I would rather see more LA Knight and Jey Uso going at it. So I'm kind of just like, you're doing one thing when another thing is like saying, give this attention because this will give you more where you have to make the fans choose. And I get why they don't want to do that. But eventually you'll have to because you got to, pick a side. And it's not like you could tell LA Knight go back to SmackDown because he just came to Raw. I mean, I don't know. I've never said, that can't happen, I guess.
But I get off the plane. Yeah.
What do you think about all this? I mean, because
I can eat more salty peanuts. Yeah.
I mean, you have AJ shouting out the Bullet Club.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, you had that. You had Grande Americanos all over the place. Look, what do you think about all this, man?
Well, when you do math. Oh no, we're talking about this.
Yeah, we're not talking about that common law crap.
Oh yeah, math. Stop. Okay. No. I think with Raw, I think the overall sense from Raw is that, and like I said earlier, what's hurting Raw is not having like a women's chant. Like, people are like, oh yeah, we know about the match. But I feel that it's the lack of a tag team. There's no tag team division there. And it shows because think about this. Like at SummerSlam, how many Raw tag teams? They just had the quickest match I've ever seen, and then what about for the men? Like they had a TLC match.
Yeah,
and it's like
had a TLC match.
It's like, gee, that means they must have at least more than 3 teams. Yeah, they do. So it's like this. It's like to use it to switch in another sport. It's like when you have 6 starting pitchers in a 5-man rotation, you're doing pretty good. It's like that's a good problem to have. SmackDown has a good problem to have. Raw is like the team at the trade deadline trying to get starting pitchers, but not willing to give up top prospects to get it.
Hold on. Let me help you out there. Raw's like the Atlanta Braves with their pitching situation. They're like, all right, yeah, we got a couple of guys. No, we're not trying. Hey, I know you're throwing away Eric Fetty. Can he pitch for us for a couple of weeks? Yeah, we know he sucks. Yeah, we'll take him. That's basically what yeah.
And it's like, what are you willing to give up? And like Raw's having, this is what I say. How you solve it is that, and that's why I say this is where Evolve comes in. Call up Swipe Right, put them on NXT, and then call up Hank and Tank. Because I feel that we're on this journey where is Hank and Tank always going to face Dark State? Because who else? I'm like outside. I'm like, are we going to keep doing this?
I was about to ask who. Name me the other tag teams in NXT.
It's like this. It's like, I'm not saying get rid of the tag team belts, but I'm like, start calling up these people from Evolve. Yeah. Because at some point, we watch Evolve, there's talent down there. We saw it when Swipe Right was called up and you saw the chemistry they had with Ethan Page. There's talent down there. And then you put that on NXT and you trust the NXT talent on the main roster. SmackDown needs tag team. I contend SmackDown can give up a tag team and at least they'll be better than whatever they got on now. It's a glaring hole. And it makes it unwatchable at times because as much as we like Becky and the AJ Lynch and that storyline. But there's a reason why AJ Lee came in, because I could argue, and people don't come after the messenger. People are maybe low key getting tired of the Seth Rollins and CM Punk stuff.
Oh yeah,
Is that like there's fatigue, and like, oh, give us Becky and give us Becky and AJ, give us that.
Well,
and I think that's
you were able to give them a legit heel Becky Lynch. Out of control, she could say whatever with her husband. That's a perfect duo now.
Yeah.
And now their cringe heel turns now look a lot effective. It looks a lot better.
Yeah.
There's still good matches out of Becky, by the way, too. Let's not act like we're not getting those.
Yeah. And it's like, and they're trying with Raw. They're trying what they're doing with Bayley. It's y'all got to be patient, because I think
it's a tough one.
With Bayley, I like the vignettes are I'm not mad at it, but at the end of the day, Becky has to be more. Excuse me, Bayley has to be more heel than Lyra Valkyrie, because listen, I think with Lyra they're trying to make her like she's a face by proxy, sure, but this is what you got to stop doing. Listen, and I've said this once and I'll say it again, and people can come after me if you want. Nikki Bella should nowhere be on the card. If that's y'all gotta stop. I love Nikki Bella, I really do. But it's time to have that conversation where you're like, like Nikki Bella versus Asuka. It's not a knock against Asuka.
Poor Asuka.
It would use. It's like at this point, like Nikki Bella has to understand is that when you're not committed, and I'm not saying like think about how long she was away. It's not like it's like this. Maybe when your ass could jump rope 10 years ago, your ass couldn't do it again 10 years later. Okay, there's certain what my point is that you just can't walk back and do what you used to do and expect to be great at it. Like the only person who I feel the extent was Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Michael Jordan literally went and played a whole nother sport. He played baseball, and this dude comes back and starts another three-peat. He retired after the first three-peat, sends a fax that says I'm back, and then this man's out here winning 3 more championships. Like he literally never left Chicago.
Nope.
Like he literally never like my point is that
that's why he's good.
Nikki I could argue that Trish Stratus's return was better in the ring because you have to take it seriously. And I think with the Raw Women's division, I don't think like Becky and AJ are going to be great. But listen, it's like I hate that you keep using sports concepts, but look at you, like there's 9 hitters in a baseball lineup. How many of those hitters are pitchers legit afraid of? Maybe a third of the lineup, maybe?
Yeah.
A really good lineup, maybe 4. The point is that what comes after Becky Lynch and AJ Lee and Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and then Stephanie Vaquer, maybe is on that level. Like what comes? Oh, by the way, like there's a reason why NXT was hosting the women's tag team contendership, because what the hell is on the main roster?
Yeah.
I tell people this. If you can name me, I tell people I will give you $20 whole if you can name 3 other women's tag teams between Raw and SmackDown. Because there's a reason why it was held on NXT and not on the main. Think about it. It's like we're not even talking about that. And a part of me, huh?
B-Fab and Meechin.
Yeah, it's pretty. Like we're not laughing at B-Fab and Meechin, but we're like, is that? It's like it's true.
Yeah,
but it's like there's a reason why. I mean, why the hell the NXT women's tag team, contendership match on it? Like,
it's like Judgment Day coming out saying we'll face any tag team, and you have 3MB come out. Trust me, right. It's not.
No, it's like you want to see Heath Slater in them leather pants again? Him and like, do you want people hindering the gender again? Like, do y'all want that? Because listen, at this point, you might as well what's left? You might as well you're working with TNA, go get the Hardy Boys. Like what are we doing? Like, people get mad when I say it, but I'm like, look, Raw's glaring issue with the tag team division and what comes after the women's division, like Becky and AJ are going to do it. But think about this: if the focus, and this is where SmackDown gets hurt, because now you're moving the focus of AJ Lee and Becky Lynch to Raw, and SmackDown is hurting. It's hurting. Like, they're not going to tell you that, because listen, I ask you today or tomorrow, America, who the hell is Tiffany Stratton going to face at WrestlePalooza? What's her next title defense? Who is it going to be? Nia? Is it going to be like the Rocky series? Are we going to get her and Nia again? Are we going to get her and Jade?
All right, hold on. I'm going to give you I'm going to throw something at you. This is what I think is going to happen, because this Friday night we're going to have Tiffany versus Jade, part 2. Mm-hmm. I feel like Nia Jax is going to be interfering, and we're going to have a triple threat at either the show before WrestlePalooza or just that next week.
Yeah.
Tell me how that makes sense.
It doesn't.
And you're not building it that way.
Yeah. You're not like that. To me, I'd argue like Lola and JCJ is more of a build than whatever that is.
Yeah, and I would agree with you there. And because I got issues with the EO and Stephanie Vakor.
Yeah, I do too. Because my biggest issue is it's not just a lack of build, but why specifically EO? Because I can make a hell of an all-time case. You could have made it a triple threat with her and Rhea Ripley.
Or Roxanne. Or Roxanne.
You could make a case, because in my mindset, I said, honest to God, I thought, oh, she's going to face Roxanne Perez. That awesome. Because they cooked on the main roster, and they definitely cooked it in NXT.
Yeah.
I'm like, but listen, and it's not, and I guess the disclaimer is, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's not a knock on Io Sky. Io Sky has the resume. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, when we talk about build, when we talk about what are we doing, it's simply like this. Raw's problem is that y'all need to go get some tag teams. Okay? You throw some dudes together, for God's sakes. Throw some people together. Like, you can make El Grande Americano pair up with the other El Grande Americano.
Thank you.
You could pair Bronson Reed with Braun Breaker. I just literally gave you 2.
Hold on.
Oh, by the way, get Penta and Rey Fenix. That's 3. Like, I'm not getting paid.
If you want to make a 6-man crew out of that, bring Andrade too.
Yeah. The point is, get some damn people on the tag team. Because, hey, why didn't you know tag team challenge? Because there's nobody there.
Consolidate the tag team division. I don't care. Both brands. Hell, you want to even involve NXT? Do it. I don't give a damn.
Because
and you can have it travel everywhere.
Because they do it with. See, here's the hypocrisy part. C-Dub.
Mm-hmm.
See, they do it with the women's titles. They can go brand to brand. Why can't you do it with the men's tag teams?
Why did we have to split them? There was no. I understood the whole Miz and R-Truth thing, but when you split them, you gave it to teams that didn't need to be split to.
Yeah. It's like, you could just make it, if you're going to make the women's tag team titles universal, do it to the men's.
Yeah.
Because it opens up more competition, and we actually could get great tag team matches on Raw easily. You're checking boxes, because the only issue with SmackDown is that get some women. Like, the fact that Lash Legend is not on the main roster is going to always and forever irk me, because if this is what Jakara Jackson wasn't no slouch, it's just
No.
that they didn't have plans for her. And so, and thank God, Mara Sade, she landed with TNA, so she's not terrible as a wrestler. It's just that how at the end of the day, I think Craig mentioned this on the previous show or something. It's like how the company, it's politics. They saw Lash as the bigger star than Jakara. That doesn't mean Jakara is chopped liver. It's just, she went on. I'm happy she landed at TNA. The point is, C-Dub, Raw's problem is the tag team division. How do you solve it? Unify the belts.
Yeah.
Solve the problem. And then for SmackDown, just call people up, because this is how Evolve. Call up the women. Callie Armstrong, you mentioned. My goodness.
I'll tell you right now, Evolve and NXT needs to be like Raw and SmackDown.
Yes, because they work together. It's
yes.
like that Laney Reed, the Laney Reed I told you about.
Yes,
she's a star.
Yes.
I saw her at Evolve and I said, yeah, that's a star. And think about, and then on top of that, you got Zeta still. Like, there's talent. Put them on NXT and call up Jada Parker, call up Lash. You can call up some of these women, and the division is going to be fine. Like to your point about Jordan Grace, maybe they have long-term plans with her, maybe. So maybe that's why we got this feud with her and Blake Monroe, because they're maybe holding out for something there. But the overriding is how the issues can be solved two ways: consolidation and call-ups. That's it. That's how you solve the problems. Because how are you going to have the women? There's a reason why they ain't no women's there's no more women's tag team titles in NXT. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why y'all made it universal for a reason. Because across the divisions, across the brands, you can get great women's matches, but you just can't have it singular to one brand, because it wouldn't work for each brand. The men's tag team division, listen, Raw is right now is cheeks in the men's division department.
Yeah.
How do you solve it? You just consolidate it. Why did we go away from that? Go back to it, because it works. Because at the end of the day, C-Dub, that's what's really dragging Raw. Because I'm tired of seeing, like, respectfully, I love the War Raiders. But for the love of God, if I see them one more time fighting, New Day or fighting whomever else they got, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to see it.
It's not.
There's no variety.
Bad, but it's
they're not terrible.
But you have nothing else.
It's like this. Remember when people we were getting fed Brock versus Roman a lot? It's getting along those lines. It's like, who's going to be the main event? Oh, I don't know. Brock and Roman. Because it's
Nia Tiffany.
We're getting to that level. And it's like, well, how do you solve it? It doesn't. There's two. Why the hell would you have Evolve in NXT if you couldn't learn to adjust? Like, Evolve, it was
you have
created,
Evolve. You have You have Evolve. You have NXT, but you also have TNA, and you also have AAA, and you bring them on to shows. So it's like,
there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse. There's zero excuse, especially the great tag teams in AAA. There's no excuse why the men's tag team division on Raw looks the way it does. It makes zero sense.
Mid-card for the Intercontinental title. Besides AJ Styles, who's the guy that you think name me contenders?
None.
Yeah.
None.
I mean,
but now if you want me to go,
Rusev, how is Rusev and Dominic gonna go? I first of all, I have no problem with Rusev winning a belt, so don't get me wrong.
Right. That's not the core of the issue. Yeah.
And personally, I actually think Rusev needs to win. Personally, they should have put the belt on AJ. Then on AJ's first defense should have been against Rusev. Rusev takes the belt off AJ.
Right.
And you let Rusev have a freaking dominant run with the belt. But that's don't understand. And look, I don't have a problem with Dominic. I actually think Dominic is doing his best work. And I will say that. He is doing his best work right now. Especially with the AAA Mega Championship. I personally think what they're trying to do is he's going to finally win it, and him and Ray are going to fight for it, and Ray's going to win the belt when he is healed, whenever.
Right.
Because they keep mentioning Ray's never won the AAA championship. And it's Dominic that brings that up. So, I just, like I said, there are times I watch wrestling, I enjoy everything, but there are so many glaring holes.
Yeah.
And the world title picture is still like what you just said. We are still in the fact of Roman or Seth, Punk, Seth, Jay, Seth, Roman. Okay, can we get another bad guy? Can we get another heel that's not connected to division? And I know Gunther's out. I know Gunther's not there. Damn, I wish he was there.
Yeah.
Because they miss him.
Yeah. If they and that's the issue. See, the at the core, at the end of the day, the core issue is that there's too much talent that WWE has either acquired or has invested in. There's no excuse for the product to look the way that it does.
Yeah.
Like, we should not be complaining. We're going to find things to complain about, but we should not be complaining ad nauseum about a tag team division when I could go to AAA and see all those great tag teams there.
Yeah.
There's no reason in the world why we're complaining about a lack of a women.
And a couple of those tag teams wrestle on Raw too. That's another crazy thing.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that point up.
Yeah,
like I'm watching AAA and I'm like, aren't those dudes signed contracts with I'm like maybe I'm making it. Maybe it's like a fever dream.
Well, and you're watching and you're going, whoa, those guys are really good. Man, why the hell they don't ever wrestle like that on WWE? It's almost the Natalia thing again.
Yeah, it's like there's no excuse. You have TNA, AAA involved in it, and y'all telling me that your tag team division is cheeks, and on SmackDown you're lacking women on the division. Like, I saw that, Fabi. I saw Fabi, and she looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe consider. I'm not saying put on a main roster. I'm saying I wouldn't mind seeing more of her on NXT.
Look. It's like this. You just said it. They have the pull to draw people in and bring them on to their show. I mean, we saw Xia Brookside wrestle. Candice LeRae.
Yeah.
And hey, we got Candice LeRae to wrestle. I mean, all I'm saying, and I know people are like, wait a minute, aren't you going to talk about show? Honestly, guys, Raw, if you took AJ Lee's return,
if you take it out, what's there?
Yeah, it wasn't that great of a show. And I mean, let me put it this way: the after show is more fun than watching the show.
Yeah,
I'd rather see Rhea Ripley, carrying fans around, taking pictures, and act like she's beating up Jimmy, Big Jim, and all that, because that's more fun than what we were watching. And the other, it's like, then you got, like I said, you booked the Usos versus Braun and Bronson, and I'm going, like what you said, why are they not a tag team? Seth should be looking at him going, go get the tag titles. We need to have all the gold.
Yeah.
It's just logic gaps that drive me nuts. And you put them as tag champions? Oh, now you got to force and find people that really can step up to that. Now the Roar Raiders look like they can fight those guys. Now you have to, maybe New Day trying to be slick, but, where's the Creeds? I knew Chad Gable got hurt. I didn't know that was so contagious that we don't see them or Ivy. It just drives me nuts. It really does. And the thing is, they could do so much better. And like I said, it's almost like they're just in this haze of we're making money. We got the ESPN thing. We're going to have WrestlePalooza. All these matches are fun. But what's going to happen after? What's going to happen when we go to Perth? What's going to happen at San Diego? What's the War Games supposed to be? Because God knows you're going to do a War Games. Are you going to try to get Cena involved? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I put it like this. It's about the long. I always say this, whether it's about wrestling or about life. Think about the long term. And long term doesn't have to be like 1 year, 5 years. It can be 6 months. Like, what do you want to do long term? Because after WrestlePalooza, like, what do we, like, to your point, we have no clue what's going to happen at War Games. Because I don't think WWE has no idea what they have for War Games. And it's like this. It's like you go to a restaurant and they don't have a menu. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
like it's like, oh, yeah, oh, lasagna? Nah, try again, player. Chicken fried steak? Nah, you're getting warm. Soup? Ah, we got soup. Chicken noodle?
Hey, we got that soup.
I don't know. We got a soup. Oh, we got his minestrone. Who the hell is minestrone? But the point is that they don't have nothing moving forward, and they've invested in TNA. They've invested in AAA. So to me, the argument is that while we can say like, oh man, they're really trying. Are they really trying? Because like you can't make an excuse. Because when I watch AAA, I'm like, I see those dudes on Raw maybe once or twice. Why aren't they on Raw more frequently?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like for the women's division, there's no excuse. There's talent in AAA. There's talent in TNA. There's talent in Evolve. There's talent. I don't. To me, the confusion is this. Is why it's like this. When you look at, it's like the Eagles basically benching Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
It's basically the Chiefs saying, hey, Mahomes, grab a seat. Gardner's got this. Like, when you have the talent, you put your best foot forward. And that's the issue I feel. It's not with the talent itself that they have on the rosters now. Is that you could make it better because you've invested in these companies to do it. And it's not, you're not doing it. Because Evolve is going to go to NXT. It's a natural build. But you got to invest in it. And you got AAA. You got like I keep repeating it because do they know they have it? Because listen, you can call up women from it. Like I said, Lash Legends on top of the list. You can have, like I said, Zaya Brookside we saw there. Like Harley Hudson's pretty good. Danny Luna's still there.
Ash by
we could
Elegance.
Get the return. Ash like Heather by Elegance. And I like the other one. I like Maggie Lee. I like her. I like the whole Ash by Elegance. I like the Elegance brand.
I like the manager.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I can see you in that suit. I can see that.
Oh, dude, I would wear that suit in a heartbeat. It wouldn't bother me.
Who are you gonna be? I'm Fandango. Hit my music. Doo-doo. No, my name is JD. No, pal. You're Fandango tonight. Hit the music. Yeah. I'm cutting the checks tonight, pal.
Damn right.
And then they also have, and you think about it, like think about this: the return of Indy Hartwell. You could have that too, because we saw Ash.
Stay away from one certain woman if you're trying to stay away from that one.
Listen. I'm going to say you need to chin up and not do it. Is what we're saying.
They used to say "man up," but yeah, you would have to chin up on that one.
Ah, my face! It's so sharp. It's like a serrated egg. It's like a steak knife. Damn it!
I can't see.
Oh my god! My pupils. My irises.
Out of this eye.
My medulla oblongata. Wait, what? Yeah, she got to my skull. Oh my god! Is this like the dead zone where I touch people to see the future? I don't think that's how that works. I think the guy was in the hot.
Like I said, there are things that has to get worked on. And now the women's main title. Let's talk about this. they are doing Stephanie Vaquer a disservice.
Yes.
I have tried to be patient, but when they with the contract signed, she wasn't there. I'm like, okay, now I'm pissed because, and maybe it's the fact that I'm a big fan of hers. I love watching her perform. She's came on Raw, and after that battle royal, has done nothing. No promo, no, interactions with the other women. It's almost as if she's just, the Candyman or the Boogeyman. It's like you don't know when Stephanie's around. No, bring her out. Have her go face to face with EO, and stop trying to put Rhea in a mental hospital with her always being told by EO, "I can beat you. You can't beat me." Shut up, bitch. All right. And now we got Asuka, who's got a puppy dog named Kyrie. And it's like, I don't mind the Kyrie and the Asuka thing. I actually like that. I think that is actually telling a good story. I like the fact Rhea and Asuka now it's more like they're shaping up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you ever, and I mean ever, put the Bella with any of those three women that we just named. Not Rhea, not Io, not even Kyrie. I will protect Kyrie.
Everybody just stay away. What?
Yeah.
Everybody
when Nikki comes over to talk, everyone should just walk.
You can look back. No.
Nope. Fuck this job, I'm out.
Nah.
Fuck this job, I'm out.
Baby,
oh my God.
I can't wait. Yeah, I can wait.
And then she tried to talk smack to Asuka, who just beat her. Now, thankfully, we had Rhea that said, "Oi!" And by the way, that was really hot, by the way. But anyway, shuts it down. And I love that she literally made it where even Nikki couldn't fuck this up. For me, I literally ignored her to the point I went, there is no one there. I do not see anyone. I am just staring at these three women, and there's just this hat right there. I cannot stand it.
Coming for you.
And by the way, thank God for Corey Graves when they, introduced themselves. Of course, we got the test now, folks. Testator Mania is on Monday Night Raw now.
Ain't no messing with the test.
Yes. With Corey Graves. And Corey goes, yeah, everyone thought Wade Barrett's gone. Folks, the man's worked so many jobs. He needed a couple of weeks off. I'm just like, thank you. God forbid we just say, yeah, if you're wondering what happened to this guy, we didn't fire him. He just took a vacation. He needed a break.
Ain't no messing with the... I'm sorry. I just like
that. He had that gold chain on too, by the way. Gold chain watch.
Yeah, I'm like, that's how you know he's got the... Hey. Ain't no getting with the...
I'm telling you, there's going to be a time of day where Joe Tessitore is going to be either the GM or he'll just be a manager, and he's going to be perfect. Yeah. What are they doing? That voice. So I think the commentary is fine. I don't mind them, and I don't, I get what's going on now, and that's why I said when we first saw about Wade Barrett not being around, basically he planned it for a couple of weeks, so just relax.
Yeah.
My thing is, God, they're doing Stephanie wrong, and it's not just Stephanie. It's like, so you have a potential really good women's match for that world heavyweight title. We need to see like matches with Stephanie. If not, live, have her, maybe do an interview with her, showing her rise, going from, her wrestling career, skip the AEW match, and then come to when she went to NXT.
It's like, great match. Yeah. Now, not that one, but yeah.
And and like with Becky Lynch, the only bad thing I could say was she had to fight Nikki Bella, and I just wanted to cry because that match was so bad, and that should not never have happened. It's like, and they kept on saying, "Man, she's a Hall of Famer. Man, she's inspired so many women." You tell me who comes out and goes, "Man, Nikki." It's almost like I'm waiting for one of the women to literally do the following: take out a piece of paper, go, "You really inspire." What's that say? You know that's a lie, right? She ain't doing shit.
You can't. Are you really writing that on paper? Oh man.
God damn! I really gotta say this. You know she ain't done shit for this company. Ronda Rousey's done more than this bitch.
We can look, but no. Listen.
Did you not watch the Royal Rumble where the guy did not even move? He was playing Dream Dice. You can look, but you can't touch. And Homeboy's like, yeah, but I need those dice. So, yeah. And like I said, I like Bronson Reed. I like Braun. Make them a tag team. If you put them, they have had more matches as a tag team. And I always love how they literally are being called, or when they bring them out and they go, man, these two men have formed this team. It's like, they've been a team.
See what happened.
No. I mean, look at the intensity of Braun. They are a team. I can understand how some fans would get angry with some of the logic with WWE. I almost want to be like, all right, look, you need to get on your WWE, go over to that thing called Unreal, and I need to see these meetings that y'all have. I need to now start going in there going, okay, so let me get this straight. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed have as many tag team wins as this team, but we're not talking about them as a tag team.
So you see,
I want to see the chart. Try to explain this to me so I can look at you and go, you're a fucking idiot. See, folks, if me and Ladarius worked in WWE, this is something you would see from us. We would go to the back and be like, really? I really would like to be inside of one of those writers' meetings when they're trying to pitch stuff. We're going to do Nia versus Tiffany. I'm going to slap my hand through the table. Nia and Tiffany.
Your hand's bleeding. I don't feel anything.
Sir, you're bleeding. I've lost feeling for this match. How many times have you done this match? I want the truth. You've done this match 1.3 million times. And it always ends the same. Me and Ladarius start singing, it's the same old song. So yeah, that's basically what's going on. And look, I like NXT because they're doing different things. They're doing things to keep it fresh. I am worried about the tag team division. Didn't they do a promo with, you got High Rise? I know they're there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think OTM is supposed to still be there, but we haven't seen them.
Yeah, I don't know where those guys are.
We talked Swipe Right, but there's also Cappuccino Jones and that other guy, the cartwheel guy. Bring them up too. I mean, I feel like there's so much talent out there, but we got to start utilizing and also giving the young talent chances to make a name for themselves. Look, I think Sol Ruka and Lash would be fine on SmackDown. I would say SmackDown. I think I think they missed the boat after Evolution and after NXT when Nia took out Lash. That next show should have been Lash Legend going to SmackDown to look for Nia Jax. So,
yep.
But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it up here. I know Ladarius has got another show coming out. So, hold on.
Bless you.
Yeah, thank you. So, with that said, let's go ahead and plug your stuff, Ladarius. And always glad to have you on the show. And we'll go from there.
You can follow me on social media at Ladarius_Brown on Twitter and TikTok, as you can see on my thing. You can follow me on Instagram. There's _Brown. You can follow me even on Facebook, the Sports of the World podcast. There's a new episode coming out at 6. So we're going live across Twitter. We're going like on Twitter, adding Facebook today, and YouTube on my YouTube channel. Writer Beyond Women's Sports, and with the WNBA playoffs approaching, probably get a couple of articles about coming out soon. Like I said, the softball AUSL your inaugural season wrapped up. It was fun covering that. And just like check out, go to Beyond Women's Sports, check out my work, check out the amazing work we do over there. And my NFL preview for the Thursday night game, Washington at Green Bay, is out as well across social media platforms. And once again, I thank you all in the chat from thank you to Craig, April, Ron, John, Christy.
Yep.
And Christy, thank you all for joining. And like I said, I'll see you guys in about less than a half an hour or so on the live podcast. And once again, just want to thank C-Dub for always thinking of me for when we do the wrestling podcast. And I'll always be appreciative for that. And so, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, anytime. And that's why, check out Ladarius. He's got some really good stuff coming out. And check out that football show. It's going to be really good. And we're going to be doing a show on Friday. We'll figure out the time because, like I said, we also have SmackDown. We'll have now seeing the time. I sworn they said that the AAA show or the Worlds Collide show was going to be at like 3 or 2.
Yeah.
Now it's 10.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I'll have to double check it and circle back around. But yeah. I know it was going to be like afternoon because the key is the Vegas time because they operated by the time zone they're in. So, like 10 o'clock would make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
So, and if we don't end up, so here's what we'll talk. We'll find out some people's schedules for the Friday show. Right now it's for 3, but it may get changed. But also just know we'll talk about the Worlds Collide show on next Wednesday. So just be ready. We'll have fun, enjoy wrestling. And look, if we see stuff that we don't like, we talk about it. And that's just the way it goes. And I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all so much. And look, please wear pink gloves if you want to wear pink gloves.
Oh, boy.
Do not come to my house. Do not egg my house because of it was all about creative, but I apologize. If I need to write a statement and, say, look, at least the statement won't read anything about how the Bella is inspiring because that's worse. But anyway, but yeah, just from my heart to everyone, just understand it. And I would never ban pink gloves, and I would never ban music because I listen to music every night, and dancing. So, I mean, when AJ Lee came out, I started skipping. So there you go. Nanny, nanny, boo boo. So, with that being said, man, the amount of people, look. By the way, went to the doctor. And I'm down to 267. So this is like the smallest I've been in a long time. So yeah.
Basically, that means we're putting the team back together We're taking all open challenges, so keep that in mind.
Yep. And remember, if you need to get that stamina to go all show long.
Yeah.
Cherry
Also
flavors.
in cherry flavor.
Yes.
Me and Craig, we gotta talk about that, but we're gonna get it done. So
yes.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So go ahead and do your thing, Ladarius. I'm gonna shut down. Y'all, this has been the Wrestling Show. We appreciate y'all so much. I'm C Double, and I'm out.
It's the Wrestling Show, CLR.